or in their leadership module, you would want those educational speeches to be given. That structure is set, but I think there's other things as the VP that I found out as I've done this job. I think the first thing we need to say to ourselves is a cold hard fact. People walk in the door and they say, "What's in it for me?" The logical response then would be, we should find out what they want. So the first thing I want to do is I want to strategize a plan for each individual that walks in the door. How fast do you want to go through the program? How can we help you for preparing for outside speeches in Toastmasters? I want to have purposeful evaluating. I want to make sure that my evaluators have at least 3 speeches. And I'm very careful, too, that my evaluators are selected for the people that are speaking. Some people give harder evaluations than others, so I want to match them up and make sure that my evaluators are well matched. And the last thing in direction, I want flexibility for life changes. Have you ever been in a Toastmasters club and you have your DCP program all laid out and 5 speeches later somebody has to leave the club? So I need to have a strategy for what I'm going to do for losing members. But let's face it, that is life in 2016. People only stay for a shorter time. I've been in Toastmasters a long time. I think the duration or the length of people will stay in Toastmasters is shorter today than it was when I first joined. And I think that's just because of life. The next thing I want to talk about is the responsibility of the VPE. We need to recognize accomplishment. In our club, we give a standing ovation after somebody's given their icebreaker. After they meet a significant milestone in Toastmasters, we give them a standing ovation. I am still waiting for dinner at Canlis for my VP now, and I think I will be waiting a while. Scheduling. What are the frequencies of the roles? So I track them. I want to make sure that the people are rotating and they're not having the same job from week to week. And I also want to have a plan for people that forget their book. That's really important. Tracking progress. I want a plan that when somebody walks in the door that they buy into. That I'm not putting it on them, but I'm finding out what they want and what's their plan and how they're going to accomplish it. And last, I'd like to talk about, in this section, I'd like to talk about quality. I think as a VPE, I think it's important to sit in the back of the room and find out where, and observe the meeting and say, what are your weaknesses? So maybe in an educational seminar 2 or 3 weeks from now, I can get up and talk about what I see as a weakness in the club. I need to work with the president. Even if the president's Franny, I need to work with her. We need to be a team. I want her to look good. Because I know as being a president in the past, I was only as good as my VPE. And also, I need to have a succession plan. Who's going to replace me? Well, I know I'm very replaceable, but I want to have a succession plan for what happens when I leave. And the last part of the pie are resources, and that's on this piece of paper you have, and so you can take it home and You can cruise the internet tonight if you get bored. They're all Toastmasters. That should be a lot. If I was to walk away today and try to encapsulate PPE, it's a tremendous amount of work, it's a tremendous amount of fun. The thing that I most walk away with in the responsibility of a VPE is the individual that walks in the door and how am I going to craft a program that meets